We're back.
Welcome back, everybody. We are back. It is Cookie and Boon, 2.5 fans, and we're back. Super Bowl 56, right, Cookie?
Yeah,
56 edition,
56
LVI.
edition.
I don't know the number, those things. I don't know, but
56
Super Bowl 56.
LVI.
We're back, and we had to come back. Matthew Stafford's in the Super Bowl. There's no way we could miss it. Cookie's got that T-shirt on over there. Cookie, how are you feeling about Stafford right now?
I'm waiting for somebody to say one bad thing about Matthew Stafford. I'm waiting for it because
I've
shows
seen it
he's
on
elite.
social media a ton.
This
I've
shows
seen
he's
people,
elite.
Oh, he's elite, yeah. And it comes back. It's just been the Lions the whole time. Now we all know that. Everyone in the whole world knows that. So we'll just get right into things here, Cookie. We're just going to start off with the championship games last week. We've been gone for like a month now, and we're just coming back for the potatoes of everything, meat and potatoes of everything here. So who did you want, Cookie? We had the Bengals, Chiefs, and 49ers, Rams. Who did you want in the Super Bowl? I think I already know one team, but on the other side, who did you want?
I had Rams all the way. You go back to the first episode of the season, we were all about Rams. Really big on them. I personally, after watching Joe Burrow play throughout the season and then through the playoffs, he's like really changed my mind. I kind of fell in love with that Bengals team, and so it's kind of a bittersweet for me for the Super Bowl because I had. After the Bengals won their first game of the playoffs, I put $10 to win. I think it was like $350 or something or maybe $450 for the Bengals to win the Super Bowl. The odds are it was $10, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, Bengals all the way. And then going into that fourth quarter, I cashed out of that AFC Championship because it was, they're going back and forth a little bit. So they gave me a $110 cash out, so I took it. But
that's fair.
I'm Bengals. I wanted Bengals going into that game against the Chiefs. I wanted Bengals for sure.
Yeah, I was the same exact way. The first of all, I just didn't want the Chiefs to make it back.
No,
they're like the Warriors after the Warriors won, but they have only won one. But like no one wants to see them win anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But I wanted the Bengals. I went to the Lions game at Ford Field when it was the Bengals, and we got blown out by them. And after that, I was like, this Bengals team is legit. Like,
oh yeah.
Their offense is so good. Their defense might not be that great, but that offense is insane. So, like, I'm with you. It's like bittersweet. Like, I want the Bengals to win a Super Bowl. They haven't won one yet, but I can't count out Matthew Stafford.
No, I'm kind of feeling
we have to roll with him.
Yeah, I'm feeling that same way. With Matthew Stafford being the Super Bowl and being 34 now, I don't know how many more times he has a chance to make it to the Super Bowl. So I really want Matthew Stafford to win because of that. Joe Burrow, this is Joe Burrow's like first real season. He got injured last season. So
Joe Burrow's going to win a couple Super Bowls at the end of the day.
Oh yeah.
Like he's going to be back here with the team that they have next year, if not the year at. Like they're going to be back or in the AFC Championship.
So that's why I'm not really like, I'd be happy if Joe Burrow won because, it's a new guy coming up, rising star, but I think this is Matthew Stafford's shot. I need them to win. This is just to silence every single person in the United States.
It's definitely lining up for Stafford. Like he's the veteran versus like the young guy. And it's like everyone can tell like it's Stafford's year. Like Aaron Donald, it's his year. It's all these guys' year. I think it's just like it's just going to be the Rams. Like, you know what I mean?
I think, I really do think that the Bengals are going to have some trouble against the Rams because of their offensive line. I think the Bengals offensive line isn't as good as we think it is. Joe Burrow is always scrambling out of the pocket. I mean, I think
2 weeks ago that he got sacked 9 times.
Yeah. I think I saw a stat that out of the whole season, he's been rushed. I think he's top 5 in being rushed on and out, like scrambling out of the pocket. But he's only allowed 3 fumbles the whole season.
He's only fumbled 3 times.
Only lost 3 fumbles.
Wow. Yeah, that's he's good. Like they won that game when he got sacked 9 times. It was I can't remember who was that just like 2 weeks ago. Let's see. Oh, versus the Titans. And it was like a 19-16 game. It was like the lowest scoring. They scored like one or two touchdowns. But I mean, I think the Rams defensive line is 100 times better than the Titans. There's like the prop for sacks in the game is like 4.5 or 5.5 for both teams. I mean, they had 9 in one team 2 weeks ago. So
yeah, I think they're gonna have some trouble. I think I truly like I think the Rams. I think the Super Bowl, we've had really great playoffs, right? We've had really close games. I just think this Super Bowl isn't going to be as good of a game as people think it's going to be. I think this is going to be kind of a blowout game.
I think it's set up for a blowout. People think it's close, like the Lions +4. I just don't see like. I just feel like the Rams are just going to come out swinging, and then the Bengals are going to be caught off guard, like they really were versus the Chiefs last week.
Yeah.
And 2 weeks ago, and they just held their own. I just don't think they'll be able to do that again.
No, especially with the defensive line of the Rams. I think offensively, Cooper Kupp is going to cook Eli Apple.
Ooh, yes.
He's going to get cooked. That's what
agree.
I think it's going to be at the end of the probably, if I had to guess, Matthew Stafford's going to throw about 27 times, 350 plus yards, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah,
and then
I'm with you on that.
There's 60, 70 yards rushing, and all that 60, 70 yards rushing is going to come in the second half too.
I don't even think like the Rams, Sean McVay needs to just like start the game off and not even think about the run. Like I know they want to, set the run up to run it to set the pass up. But I mean, just go down swinging. Just go throw the ball. Don't even overthink it, because that's how they've won all of these games versus like Tom Brady. Like they just start throwing the ball and they're getting the ball up the field. They're scoring touchdowns. That's how they get that lead. Like don't even think about Cam Akers right away unless you have to, unless nothing's there. Start rolling with it. That's in my opinion. That's kind of how I look at it. They should.
I think they should just go down, stuff it in their face with points, like rack up the points.
Yes.
And let them. And if if the Bengals come back or try to come back like they did against the Chiefs, you have a cushion. Run that clock out in that second half. I think this is going to be the first half is going to be a quick game. It's going to be fun, exciting, a couple touchdowns on both sides, more on the Ram side. And then I think that second half is kind of going to be a slow burn. It's going to be running the clock down kind of.
I'm with you already. And that makes me a little nervous too, because I've already taken the over at like 48.5. And I just think there was just going to be a lot of points, whether it's just the Rams blowing them out. And if it's a close game, it's going to be like 28 to, it's going to be like 27-24 or something like that. But that's kind of how I'm with you, Cookie. I hope it's a blowout the Rams. Now, well, we already kind of talked about Stafford a little bit, but just kind of going into the Rams. I mean, one big thing too, Cookie, is the Rams defense. They're so good.
So fucking good.
And that's the thing, like the Bengals offense is that much better. I just think the defense of the Rams is better. And then when you go to the opposite side, the Rams offense buries the Bengals defense.
Yes.
So I think the Rams just have a full advantage.
Mm-hmm.
And then, OBJ now, on that, Van Jefferson, Cam Akers, Sony Michel. Like it's just, to me, there's just outside of Stafford, there's nothing the Rams can do. What do you think about the Rams, just their defense and just everything?
So who did the Rams add as their linebacker from Denver
Von
Broncos?
Von Miller.
So
I mean, he's a Super Bowl MVP.
He's a Super Bowl MVP.
I don't care how old he is. He's running their defense.
Exactly. And then they have Aaron Donald on their line. Yep. And then their safety, Weddle. They brought back Weddle.
Corner Jalen Ramsey. Jalen Ramsey is going to lock up Jamar Chase. I think I'm not.
Honestly, I think it's going to be the other way around. I think Jamar Chase is going to have a game against.
I don't know.
When he's matched up against Jalen Ramsey, I think Jamar Chase wins that battle.
I would have to go back and look. I really want to see like. Oh my gosh, what was that? Did you hear that?
I didn't hear anything. I hear that. You got an ad for Target.
Hey,
we are sponsored by Target, apparently.
Target actually sponsored us, yeah.
Hey guys, we made it big. It's been a month out.
That's why we've been out a month. We've been in contracts with some big ad deals.
Negotiation talks.
We're back with Target.
Oh yeah, baby.
No, so Jalen Ramsey. Yeah, I want to see some stats like versus like the best players in the. I really want to see. I haven't really looked into that yet, but like, what is it? What are the percentages in yards that he's given up on these top league receivers in the league? Because I think he's going to lock down Jamar Chase. Like I don't think Jamar Chase has it. Like he's good unless they do short passes, but I just don't think they're going to get anything deep to him. to be completely honest.
Yeah, I think a lot of these plays for Jamar Chase are going to come off of slants, like quick
Yeah.
little quick
Those and
like
those screens that they've been going with him.
exactly, and let him run in that open field. And I think in the open field, I do not think anybody's tackling Jamar Chase.
That's very
one-on-one.
true. If he
So
gets one open field thing, dude, he's gone for 80 yards and you can't
yeah.
catch him.
So the one way that the Bengals beat the Rams are quick throws. Don't get down too much and quick throws, because you can't keep Joe Burrow in the pocket with Aaron Donald coming after you on one side and have a chance of any blitz on the other side. They're going to be doubling Aaron Donald the whole entire time. Mm-hmm. So they're gonna take advantage. The defensive scheme is gonna be taking advantage of that.
T. Higgins is so good too. That's why I'm kind of worried, like off Jalen Ramsey. Like, who's gonna guard T. Higgins? T. Higgins is so good.
Yes.
Like his size, like I saw something like comparing his size to a Kelvin Johnson's size. He's not obviously as big and good, but like that size, like you could just throw it up to him and he'll go get it. Like I remember he had like 7 or 8 straight games of like 120 or 100 plus yards.
So this playoffs, he's had some trouble with his hands. He has not. He's been dropped. He's dropped a couple balls, like big balls too. Like and like touchdown balls, and especially against the Chiefs, I think he had three drop balls that he could have.
I think he did. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, maybe the spotlight's too big for him. I don't know. Yeah. He's a great player.
I mean, yeah, these are still to me, it's still a young team. This is a young Bengals team.
Yeah, that's why I don't think
I'm pretty sure T. Higgins isn't he just get drafted just a couple years ago?
I think it's his second year.
Yeah, Jamar Chase is his first year. Joe Burrow second year. Like this is still a young team. Joe Mixon's like their veteran, and he doesn't have a ton of experience in the playoffs either. So that's why I think the Rams, they're literally a full veteran team with superstars.
Yeah,
I just don't see it.
You know what? Actually, I'm like happy for the Bengals is that that healthy running back that they have. They finally have a healthy running back most of the season, and going into the playoffs with Joe Mixon. I think who's their backup? P. Ryan.
P. Ryan. I think that's how you pronounce it.
Yeah, P. Ryan. I mean, even against the Chiefs, he had a big touchdown.
Huge touchdown. That was to get them going again.
Yeah. So I mean, with the healthy running back, I think, hopefully that gives them, some sort of running game. I personally do not think they have what it takes because they're of their like young, age and, lack of experience. I do not think that they are going to beat the Rams. I just don't think they have it in them.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you. I think with Stafford's, if it comes down to a late game situation, which is the only way the Bengals, I think, can win, Stafford's, we've seen it 100 times in Detroit. If it's a tie game with 2 minutes left, I would have, out of anyone in the league, I've heard what's his name say it on First Take 100 times his last 2 weeks, but I would want Stafford on the field out of any quarterback right now in the league. He's done it 100 times, comebacks. I would actually love Cookie. This is my dream scenario here. Hear me out for a second. And I know you're going to agree with this too. 17-14. No, don't even say that. It's a 1 or 2 point game. Let me think about this real quick. 17.
You have the over. You have the over. So you want
okay, yeah. I wasn't even thinking of the over. This is I don't even care if the over hits if this happens. 17-10. A minute left. Rams are losing. Stafford has to come out. 70-yard drive, 65-yard drive, score a touchdown, get a 2-point conversion to win the game. I would love to see Matthew Stafford go do that because we've seen that 100 times in Detroit.
Yeah.
For that to happen in a Super Bowl would be the greatest thing, like for his legacy. I think that would be the sickest thing.
Yeah, I just think that at that point, if that's going down and it's a minute left, ball on the 30-yard line or 25-yard line, and they have to go drive the field with a timeout left, let's say, do you bet I'm going to shit my pants?
I would put a live bet, like a $200 live bet on Stafford.
I don't think I would be. You should have seen me and my friends. I posted all over my story how we were reacting.
The video?
Yeah,
I saw that video. We'll post that on we'll post that on our Instagram. We have to get back active on Instagram.
Yeah, we have to. But that, like, I'm not kidding. I had tears in my eyes when they won. Dude, that's, I mean, in our lifetime here, that's our quarterback. You know,
100%.
we
And he's
grew
going to
up.
go to the Hall of Fame as a Lion. Like,
Yeah.
That's going to be, he's going to be a Lion forever.
Yeah. And even with what Kelly's saying, on social media about, thank you, Detroit, shouting us out on her podcast, all that good stuff like that. That just shows that, there's no bad blood in any person that still hating on Matthew Stafford, i.e. my uncle, is talking so much smack about Matthew Stafford.
There's so many people that are, and it's crazy to me. Like
he's the ultimate, my uncle is the ultimate Tom Brady fan, like diehard Tom Brady fan.
I love Tom too.
I love Tom. I love Tom too. But after that whole thing, after that game, I just went in on him, on my uncle. I'm like you cannot say Matthew Stafford was ever the problem in Detroit. You can.
Oh no, it's crazy. Like there's people on all these Detroit sports networks that are like trying to make a case for the Lions and make a case for, it's like there's no way. I went back and looked at like stats of like the defenses that we had and different things that we had, and there was just no way that, I mean, Tom Brady could have probably been on the team. We probably wouldn't have won a Super Bowl. No. Like they just weren't putting people together. They were letting people go. They were trading people assets that we need. Like it was so
poor
bad.
management, poor ownership. Like it's always been that way.
But it's getting better, I think. We won't even get into the Lions talk.
I'm not going to get we can't. But
we'll do a separate show
Detroit, I think it was Jeff Rieger on 97.1. He was talking about it, and I'm like, dude, he just went and won more playoff games in
1 year
than the Lions have since 1950.
Yeah. Do
you know what I'm saying?
We've never been to a Super Bowl. He's playing in one on Sunday.
Exactly.
It's crazy to me.
Everything and I think one of the first episodes, or even the episode that we talked about the Lions versus Rams, and I kept on saying like it's just like watching your ex-girlfriend that you're still in love with get married. Yeah. And, I saw someone tweet, and I totally agree with that. I think it said Matthew Stafford going to the Super Bowl on the Rams isn't watching your ex-girlfriend get married that you're still in love with. It's watching, your best friend move to a different state and find a great job and live a happy life. And I'm like, you know what?
We can still visit him. Look at you. You got the shirt on. That's like visiting him.
That's what I'm saying.
And I do want to say the one dude from Woodward Sports, I don't know if you saw that. The Baydoun guy that we were.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's had every time Stafford's won the game, he's been on our side about like how bad the Lions organization is. Stafford was never the problem.
Yeah.
And so many people in that office are against this Baydoun. I don't know his name, something Baydoun, but against him. And his episodes the next morning after Stafford has won are the funniest things I've ever seen.
Is it the one where he's like sitting there smoking the cigar? And
yeah. And then the next week he had the goat head on. He was dancing. Like, shout out to him though, because like, it's crazy that people don't think that, or people think Stafford is the problem or was the problem. It's insane to me.
No, and Joe Shiesty, he's going to have the rest of his career to win Super Bowls, and he's going to have some superstars on that team. Oh, I think he's going to win a couple rings. Yeah, I
agree, and I do think a lot of teams in the AFC too. The next couple of years, I think the Bills are going to get one the next couple of years. I think, to be honest, I think the Chiefs are done.
I think the Chiefs. We won't see the Chiefs get another Super Bowl win. With the team that they have currently,
they won one Super Bowl. People are like, this is a dynasty. And then they haven't won one since.
You know who I think is a team that's the two teams I love the Bills, we've talked about it before. I love their fan base. I love Josh Allen. I love Stephon Diggs, but I just sometimes I just feel like they're not big game team. So, but I think one team that could grind out a win for a Super Bowl is the Patriots in the next couple of years. I think they could. I think Mac Jones is kind of going to turn into like a Tom Brady type player, not a flashy player, just gets the job done and has great stats, smart with the ball. And so I think the Titans.
I think the Titans just need to get a new quarterback. Yeah,
if they get
bring in Aaron Rodgers or
I mean, but you never know what's going to happen. Aaron Rodgers goes to any of these teams they're talking about.
They win next year.
That team is a Super Bowl winner. Aaron Rodgers goes to Titans, Super Bowl. Bucks, Super Bowl. It's an instant.
Yeah. No, I 100% agree. I do think the Bills will win. I was actually going to put a bet on them for next year to win the Super Bowl. I was waiting for it to kind of go down a little bit, but I think the Bills. I think it'll be like the Bills Bengals next year in the AFC Championship. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's like Bills Patriots or something like that. But I don't think the Chiefs will end up being. I think they're going to end up eventually start losing some of these guys. That dynasty is not going to be. It's like the Warriors. Like they didn't have KD forever.
Yeah.
You know,
They didn't
have Andre Iguodala. He ended up leaving. You know, they only had their three guys. I mean, they're going to have their three guys, but it's going to be hard to keep all of these big, like all these extra receivers they have are so good. Bring one to Detroit.
Yeah, seriously.
McCole Hardman.
I would take McCall Hardman in an instant.
Give us Pringle.
Yeah, Pringle. Even one of these.
They're all good.
Even there's two wide receivers out there that we could go. That's coming off injury, but I will take them if they're coming pretty cheap. Chris Godwin and Michael Gallup.
Yeah.
Either or. 100%. I don't
100%.
care about their injuries. I'll take them.
Yep. We need, we need to do a Lions episode for the end of the season. We'll do that next. We'll do a couple next week. We'll record the Lions one next week, and we'll do a Pistons and college basketball.
Yeah.
So we'll write that down. We'll do that. So kind of one more thing, two more things. One thing, the Los Angeles home field advantage. That's a big thing I've been seeing. I wanted to bring that up. That's crazy to me how not much, like they don't have a home field advantage at all. And
there is no home field advantage for any Super Bowl, and that's something that needs to change.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. But I mean, even like, imagine if there was a Super Bowl in Detroit, which probably will never happen. But if there was, no matter how much the tickets are and the Lions are in it, that place will be, it'll be hard. You know, obviously they'll do a half and half and try and do that. But I still think fans would show out and show up. Like in a Bills game, Super Bowl at home, fans would show up. LA might be the only Super Bowl to where a home team plays and there's going to be like no Rams fans.
Yeah. So the difference, if there's a Super Bowl in Detroit, I think the difference between a type of person like you and I and a LA Rams fan would be, I will go in significant debt to watch the Lions in the Super Bowl at home.
Be there. If the Lions go to a Super Bowl anywhere, I would probably be there.
I've told my family this. I've told my friends this many times. If the Lions are in a Super Bowl, I am maxing out my credit cards. I am pulling out personal loans. I don't care. I'll pay 37% interest on them.
We'll find a way to get there.
I need to be there. We talked about it at one of those episodes. Would you rather be in Detroit and go crazy and party in Detroit if they're at Super Bowl, or be at the Super Bowl? And I need to witness that.
I would love to go to the Super Bowl if the Lions are in it.
Even if they're not, I would love to go to a Super Bowl. The only problem is with the Super Bowl is that the ticket prices, it's not fair.
They're insane.
I mean, the real
eventually
fans
they're gonna have
can't
to start fishing them or fixing it.
Yeah, it's practically the Met Gala of football, right? Yep. Very expensive thing to go to. Only the richest of the rich, people who don't really even care. You know what I'm saying? That they're just going, hey, it's February first weekend, now second weekend of February. It's time for the Super Bowl again, and they go every year. They got money.
It's the same people, same things.
Not
it's
the
like
people
all
that watch
these businesses who are buying tickets and going to. It's just it's crazy. I mean, I would like to start going each year just to go to the events and do different things.
Yeah.
And like network, but to actually go to the game would be.
It's not the same.
Cost so much,
it's not the same what it used to be. It's not the same. The Super Bowl experience is not what it used to be. We had the Super Bowl.
Roger Goodell. I got the Roger Goodell shirt on.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize I had this shirt anymore.
So the Super Bowl, before they had the whole Super Bowl experience, you could go there, run around. They had
Do they not have that anymore?
Not like it used to be. No.
Really?
So when the Super Bowl was in Detroit, I think it was in 06 or 08. It was at Ford Field. And I mean, I had a liquor store at the time, so well, my parents did. I mean, I was young. I was 10, 11 years old. And
they owned a liquor store at 10 years old.
Guys, I'm making money. I'm all about that money. I'm all about that money. He's
got 35 now.
35
around the country.
Around the world. I'm worldwide, dog. But no, the liquor companies, the beer companies, they gave us everything. They gave us all these gear, all this stuff, inviting us to all these extra. It was a whole week long of things that you could go do down in Detroit. Go throw football, go meet this person, go watch the prep. Now it's, since maybe the last 5 years, the Super Bowl experience isn't the same thing. It's more tailored for the rich. And
I would like to
famous.
just go and see what the experience is like. Like, I
Yeah.
would have loved to gone to the LA one. I looked into it, but like it was just like a last minute thing. But like it would just be cool to get a hotel and just walk around.
Yeah,
I
my
mean, I'm
buddy's
sure
down
there's
there right
ways to
now.
meet players. Is he?
Yeah, he's same hotel. He goes word for word. He said, "I just want like Kyler Murray staying at my hotel,"
Yeah, that's what
and
I want. That's what I want. That
yeah,
experience, you know.
yeah. I asked him how tall he is, and he was like, he's just a couple, maybe an inch or two taller than me, and he's a pretty short kid. And I was like, "What's your fucking excuse? Why are you not in the NFL?" You know what I'm saying? He's worth $100+ million. You know, so
Kyler Murray might go back to baseball soon.
Kyler Murray might come to Detroit.
I hope so.
But all right, how about
I got next picks. That was
that's
my
about to
next thing
say?
on here. So obviously you're picking the Rams. So am I. I haven't decided yet if it's too crazy to pick the Bengals plus 4.5. And I do have future bets for about $500 or $600 to win on the Rams. Would it be crazy to pick the Bengals? Like if I think it's a field goal game?
I don't think it's a field goal game. That's
No?
just no, I wouldn't.
Then I might just go all in on the Rams here. Then you might have.
I mean, I mean, if you have all that money, hedge it. You could hedge a bet for the Bengals.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go spread. I wouldn't hedge the spread.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to double down. I'm just going to go Rams -4,
Yeah.
4.5.
I
And the over.
The score. I think the score is going to be a 30. 35. I think it's going to be a 35 to a 17 game. I think that's
So we're both Rams
Yeah.
-4.5.
Oh yeah.
Let's go,
I'll go Rams -4.5. I'll ride with you on that all day.
Let's ride together.
That's what I thought of like immediately. The first thing I said is
I was hoping
Rams
it
are
would be
gonna blow them
closer. I was hoping it was going to be like 2.5, 1, so I could just hammer the Rams. Like I was like, they're going to win this game if I could get it at 1 or 2. But then, like it came out, it was at like 4.
Yeah,
Like,
they're setting them up. They're setting the Rams up, I think, for it. I mean, who knows what can happen? It's the Super Bowl. It's the NFL. We've seen some crazy things, but
what other pick? Do you have anything? I have one special pick. I'm going to give to you. We'll clip it out and put it out too for the people. But just if you have any more,
like
I
a
think
prop,
I have a guaranteed lock in a prop. Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna say it, and I think it's probably the same thing as you. But I think Cooper Kupp 2+ touchdowns.
Ooh, that's not what I was gonna say, but that's big. 2
Cooper
touchdowns.
Kupp,
If you do that, put money on him MVP.
So I think Cooper Kupp 2+ touchdowns. I had a same game parlay, and the only thing I missed, it was like a $5 same game parlay to win like $700, and I had Cooper Kupp 2+ touchdowns on there. And only thing I missed was Cam Akers touchdown.
Oof.
Yeah, but he was out half that game.
Yep. Hey, one thing too tonight, they're doing the awards, I think at 9:00 or 8:00. I do think if they don't give Cooper Kupp the offensive player of the year, I think they need to switch the awards up.
Yeah, well, I mean, who would it be?
The MVP, Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady, most likely. But I just think, and I've heard like Deion Sanders say it, I've heard Shannon Sharp say it. If they don't give Cooper Kupp some sort of award for the season he had, like he had one of the best seasons of all time in that.
It was the second best season in the NFL.
Like all-time NFL. Like
Yeah.
he had one of the craziest seasons we've ever seen. Not even something Kelvin Johnson's done. Like Randy Moss, maybe.
I think him and Calvin Johnson were head-to-head on that.
Yeah, he needs an award. And if he doesn't get the Offensive Player of the Year award tonight, I think it's all the NFL's a joke at that point.
Yeah.
Like the awards are a joke.
Well, that whole, if he gets Offensive Player of the Year, just his stats in general, it just talks in volume about.
I would even give him
Stafford.
MVP.
I mean, no, I think it talks volume in Stafford. I don't know if it's MVP warranted. I think Matthew Stafford has a great MVP case.
No, I would say I would give Cooper Kupp MVP tonight.
Yeah, I know, but I think
if I had a vote, that's who I would vote for. I wouldn't vote for a quarterback this year.
Yeah, I mean,
2 quarterbacks that lost in the playoffs. You know, they need to switch the award to like a best quarterback of the year.
Yeah, I think it has to be Stafford. If it's quarterback, it has to be Stafford. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He has
I don't know if the thing I was thinking, do they do it through the playoffs? Is the MVP account? If it counts as regular season, you can't give it to Stafford.
I think
I
it
would
has
give it
something
to
do
Tom
with it.
Brady if you gave it to a quarterback for the regular
Yeah,
season.
I think they're going to give it to Tom Brady. They're going to give MVP to Tom Brady. It's his
This
last
is his last
season.
year. Yeah.
And he did have a great, you can't argue that, it
He
wasn't
led
a
the
MVP.
quarterbacks in every
Yeah.
category.
But my thing is, one of my last statements about Matthew Stafford, and I'll take this to the grave, is you cannot say Matthew Stafford is not an elite quarterback because he's had two of the most prolific wide receivers in NFL history that he has, and that in terms of stats, you cannot say that is that wide receiver because the stats have significantly increased for Cooper Kupp with Matthew Stafford as quarterback.
Cooper Kupp's probably put a ton of work in, but he wasn't doing this before.
Yeah, no,
he just went off like Stafford. Yeah, he definitely has something to do with it. I'm with you on that.
You're not a scrub if that's the case.
Yeah. Was that so? That's your pick, the Cooper Kupp 2 touchdowns.
Cooper Kupp 2 touchdowns.
That's your out of body pick there.
Yeah.
All right, mine is Cookie. I've seen this on TikTok. I've seen this on Twitter. I watched who's the Pat McAfee. Pat McAfee is a former kicker. I saw a TikTok that said it was a Pat McAfee one, to where in the Super Bowl they always use a fresh ball because it's a Super Bowl ball with the logo. So all of the balls have not been completely broken in yet. So the opening kickoff, they kick the ball. It's a brand new ball. And right away after they kick it, they bag it up and take it to the Hall of Fame. Every single kickoff. So they only use it for that one kickoff. Pat McAfee said it's like kicking a brick because it's so firm. The last 23 years or something, 20 out of the 23 years is the first kickoff going to be a touchback? It has hit for no. So it's not a touchback. Only 3 times it's been a touchback. It's plus, and some things this I was plus money. It was plus 100. I'm going to put half of my betting thing on that.
Really?
Yeah, I'm gonna that's crazy, bro.
So you're going to bet no for the first kickoff to be a touchback. Just to clarify.
So it's gonna be in play. They're gonna return the ball. Yep.
Say it again.
The bet is it going to be a touchback on the first kickoff of the Super Bowl? Mm-hmm. No, it will not. They will return the ball.
They will return the ball. All right.
And that reasoning before, that's what I've seen it on TikTok. I've seen it on 100 different things now. And they've convinced me that's the bet of the night.
And not even that, even if it's in the end zone, whoever it's going to be so amped up. They're like, yeah,
they might want to run that thing.
I want to run that. I run that thing, Let me see what I can get.
I've been so convinced on that for 3 days now. Ever since I started seeing these videos, I've been so convinced on it. I've just been waiting. Obviously, I think it might be just plus 100 or something, depending on where you go, because it's just basically a 50-50 chance.
Yeah, I think it's going to be both minuses.
Oh yeah, I've seen it a different way. I saw a tweet of it had a bunch of different lines, but
let's see.
That's going to be my biggest one, I think.
Both teams to score touchback. I don't see anything for a touchback just yet on FanDuel.
You're not on FanDuel yet. As soon as it pops up, that's going to be the bet. And if it loses, it loses. But 20 out of 23 times it's hit. You have to take that. In my opinion.
Yeah, I will. That is a bet that I will ride with you on. If you're riding with that -4 for the Rams,
-4.
I'll ride with that.
I put some money on the over as well, over 48.5. I got it, and now I think it's at 49. So I've got that, and then I'm going to put a couple of parlays together. So I think that might be it, Cookie. I mean, I did write down notes at the end.
I have one overtime.
Brady. You have an overtime. I just put for overtime. I have 2 things: Tom Brady, and then I put. We'll go yours. We'll go mine, yours, mine. So Tom Brady, obviously the retirement. Stafford made him retire. We'll just go with that. But no, Tom Brady, I think he'll be back. We'll just make this quick. I think he'll be back. He's my favorite player of all time because he went to Michigan.
Yeah, but I don't think he's going to be back. I think once he gets a little taste of retirement, and kind of sees, especially if Joe Burrow wins this year, the Super Bowl, I think that's going to really determine if he's coming back or not. Because then he's going to be like, all right, it's the young guns now. You know,
for a second, Cookie, I don't know if I said it on the show earlier this year, but I was convinced at some point Tom Brady would be the Michigan football head coach. And I was thinking that for the last 12 months because of all the Jim Harbaugh stuff. And when Jim Harbaugh started taking the interview for the Vikings, and at the same time Tom Brady retired, for like a split second in my life, I was like, I think I was right. And I started going back to look for clips of me saying that. I was like, there's no way that Tom Brady's going to take that job. Like, there's no way this is lining up.
No, I think Tom Brady needs to be retired for a little bit. He wants to spend time with his family. He said it before.
Yeah, he's a businessman too.
He's got, his wife makes way more money than him anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So, I mean, he has no need to work right now. Let him enjoy his retirement. He's earned it. I think he's going to enjoy it for a little bit.
Best ever.
Yeah.
Ever. I don't think anyone will come close to it.
I think he's the best sports player in the history of sports.
I agree. Yeah.
I mean, probably not.
A lot of people say Jordan, but
I'm not talking about athleticism. I'm just talking about
just of all time in sports.
All time in sports. Yep. You know, Jordan went to the Wizards and didn't win a championship. You know, he left and went to the Bucks and won a championship. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I think he's.
I hope this mic's working right.
So good.
Okay.
Very
Sorry,
good.
excuse me. Yeah, no, yeah. I was like, I hope this didn't go the whole time.
Yeah. My overtime topic is something that actually really, it irks me. It makes me so mad, is the Pro Bowl.
I didn't even watch it.
I can't stand the Pro Bowl anymore. And you can't, it's two-hand touch, right?
Yep. So is it actually two? I didn't turn it on. Was it actually two-hand touch?
I've just watched clips. I can't watch them anymore because it's just, the gameplay is just lackluster. And I know Darius Slay made a great point, and he said that other sports they have time, off in the middle of the season to have this all-star game, things of that sort. And the NFL doesn't do that. And after that, sometimes the NFL players only have a month and a half to recover for the next season.
You think they should do it in the middle of the season?
I think they should do it in the middle of the season.
The only thing that I would say with that is, if like a lot of these guys, it's such a contact sport compared to these other sports, to where you don't want to get your players hurt. Like, a lot of these guys are the best players in the league. They're all competing for a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
There's no bad players there. I think, like, if you have it in the middle of the year, it's going to make it even worse because guys are going to be not even trying even more.
But what's the point of even having it now?
I think they just need to incentivize it at some way to,
It's not going to get better. Patient safety, player safety is not gonna. It's always going to be the top of the list for here on out. Especially with all the CTE, all these injuries happening in the preseason, it's never going to go back to what it was, where it was a contact game and people actually played and they wanted to make the Pro Bowl because it was fun to be there in Hawaii. All the game. Now it's pointless.
I was like, I just like in the early 2000s and stuff, it was super, super, like, it was fun to watch. Like, guys went out there and wanted to compete, to know I think they just need to incentivize it. I don't know if they do already. Like, if your team wins, you get paid this much, or like I'm pretty sure, like in the NBA now, they have it to where, like, if you're winning at the end of each quarter, you get to put like $100,000 to a charity. Just do something to where the players are like not going to just mess around the whole time.
That's another thing that needs to change, is the NBA's All-Star game. And that's another topic.
I think they're slowly getting better just with the incentives, but we'll talk about that next week too.
Next week we'll talk about that,
because that's coming up
East
too.
And West.
The only last thing I have is, I have an idea. And in California, the Super Bowl is being hosted, and sports gambling isn't legal. I think to make the Super Bowl better and to make like teams actually want, and like, because there's a lot of states that don't have sports betting, and people are like wanting to get it. I think you like incentivize it to where it's like, hey, we're not going to host Super Bowls, and we're not going to host Super Bowls in states that aren't.
Yeah.
Because it's going to lose money out for all of these other people. And if you make that incentives, it's going to make governors and these mayors want to host these events.
Mm-hmm.
They want people in their city.
Yeah, they need to kind of throw an ultimatum down. I agree with that, because
that was just a thought I had literally.
DraftKings, is it DraftKings
before we started?
DraftKings is the sponsor for the Super Bowl.
Yep.
And how are you gonna have a Super Bowl sponsor, but you can't bet? And my friend
Crazy.
who is in LA right now for the Super
Probably
Bowl,
can't place bets. He
he's
had to before
texting
he
me.
left.
He's texting me right now. Hey, can you place a bet on the Red Wings? Can you place a bet on this
Yep.
for me?
I was in Miami last year during when the Super Bowl was, and I flew back literally like 2-3 hours before the Super Bowl, and I was trying to place bets before I left, and I just like I couldn't do it. It just wouldn't work. I literally switched my flight to get back an hour before the Super Bowl, and I just like it got delayed, and I didn't get any bets in last year.
God,
because Florida's illegal.
Are they still illegal? Or I think
they're trying. There's like one company that has like casinos that do it, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think another thing on top of that, and every single NFL stadium, they should have a sports book.
Yeah, I agree.
I think that environment, they have at Ford Field, I believe they have this like points bet bar.
There's one at the Little Caesars too.
Oh, so is it Little Caesars that has points bet, or?
I think so, yeah.
Well, no, I don't think there's a sports book at Little Caesars Arena. I see all the,
I saw like the sign.
Yeah, I don't think it's just a bar. I'm not too sure. I didn't go into it at Ford Field because if I'm at Ford Field, I'm watching the game. But they need to have that at every arena, every stadium, even NBA. You need to be able to place bets there. Make this a profitable thing for the state. Everything. Listen, gambling. Please gamble responsibly, guys. But if you can,
our sponsor Target would be mad if we didn't say that.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, people are going to gamble whether it's legally or illegally, just like anything else that they do. So why not make it legal and tax
and make money for it?
Make money for the state. Make things better for us. I'm tired of driving down and hitting potholes. Okay,
now
I'm tired of it.
Yeah. Oh, so do you go? Well, this is we'll talk about this later, I guess. But no, yeah, I think that's it, Cookie. Do you have anything else? I think
that's it. That's Super Bowl. Matthew Stafford is going to be a Super Bowl champ. By Sunday night, he's going to be a Super Bowl champ. I think Cooper Kupp's going to be the Super Bowl MVP. And that's just the way the cookie crumbles, baby.
That's it. That's it, Cookie. Rams -4.5 for both rolling. I got the over. And the last pick, no touchback. First kick of the game. So
touchback. I like that.
That's the Super Bowl edition, Super Bowl 56. We're going to be back, start putting more content shows out the next couple of weeks, and subscribe, like, we're back. Go follow our Instagram as well. 2.5 fans.
We're back, baby. Guys.